We're going to head out on the line to take on Pat's chat here. And our next guest, Max Paddock, goalie coach, manager of hockey operations. Thanks for taking the time, Max.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So let's talk a little bit about this past weekend to get things rolling here. Despite a 4-2 loss to Brandon Saturday and a heartbreaker at home on Friday night, the Pats still clinched a playoff spot. So how are the feelings around the rink right now? Are we feeling pretty confident heading into this first round playoff matchup against Medhat?
Yeah, there's definitely some excitement going around the rink. Obviously, we didn't quite get in the way we wanted to with having to bank on some other teams losing, but we're one of the 8 teams that are in on the Eastern Conference. So that's all that matters to us right now, and just taking the week to kind of prepare and get ready for Medicine Hat on Friday.
So from a development standpoint, I mean, we know that the season didn't finish off on the strongest note for the Regina Pats. I mean, a 5-game skid. But from that developmental stage, how do you make sure that the group mentally resets heading into Friday's matchup?
Yeah, I think you just kind of take a couple days off here. We had quite a few guys not skate today. But it's been a grind here the last month and a bit playing playoff hockey already just to try and scratch and claw our way in. So let some guys kind of heal up, reset the mind, and it's a whole new season now. So it's everyone's record 0-0 here heading into the playoffs.
Absolutely. One game at a time. And I know that the Pats have been a little bit banged up to finish off the season, but let's talk specifically about goaltending, because that's where you come in. How important is it for, strong goaltending heading into this first round matchup? I mean, they've been looking pretty solid as of late. What's kind of the messaging that you're giving to Schlenkner and Tabashanuk?
Well, I think the important part for them is just go out there and have fun right now. Obviously, we're the lower seed going into it. A lot of teams probably, or a lot of people aren't expecting us to do a whole lot of damage, which is almost a blessing for us. Nobody expects us to win, so we can just go out there and play our game and let the chips fall where they may. And, both our guys have a pretty good mindset. So they're going to have fun with it. I'm excited for them to get that opportunity to play in playoffs. I know that they have before, but it's a great opportunity. It's going to be lots of fun.
Now maybe let's focus a little bit on your upcoming opponent, Medicine Hat. They're a big team. So how do you guys go into that? What's your game plan kind of looking like without showing all of your cards, obviously?
Yeah, well, obviously, if you look at their stats, they like to score. They score in bunches. So just try and eliminate their speed, frustrate them. They like I said, they score in bunches. They play with confidence. So we can try and disrupt that, their flow to the game, however it may be, whether it's being a little bit more physical with them, getting in their face, that sort of thing. Just kind of throw them off their game here, and then we'll slowly chip away at them and give them a good series here.
And this is a young team in the Regina Pats, of course. So what have you seen from some of these younger players in this final stretch of the regular season? And how much have they been able to bolster their confidence now knowing that, hey, they've locked in a playoff spot, haven't been there in a couple of years? What does that do for them?
Well, it speaks to the group that we have in the room. Obviously, it was a bit of a tough stretch there around November, December. But we found a way to kind of battle through, and the guys have really gelled together in the room, it seems like. And like I said before, playing playoff hockey for about a month and a half to end the year only helps our group and strengthens our group. But yeah, it's a really good experience for them, and hopefully just keep on building that throughout the years here to come.
Great experience. Tough opponents ahead. How do you and the rest of the coaching staff start preparing in terms of breaking down the video, breaking down your opponent, knowing that you're going to be facing these players, for back-to-back games? What does that look like from a coaching standpoint? How does it differ from the regular season? I know that you mentioned this has kind of been playoff hockey for you guys already, but is there kind of a different mentality that you need to have going in?
Yeah, things change a little bit in the playoffs in terms of preparation. Obviously, in a regular season, you're playing different opponents. You got 3 or 4 games in a week, so it's kind of tough to really change up too much. But now we know who our opponent is. We've got a whole week to prepare for it. So we kind of divvy it up here. Some coaches take face-off plays. Some guys take D-zone G-zone chances against, forecheck, that sort of stuff. We kind of all break it up into groups, do our video, put it all together, and then we talk about what we see and how we're going to combat them. And then I'm actually, before I got on the call, was putting together our playoff package here in terms of, our structure and what we're going to be doing and what some of their players look like. So there's a lot of preparation that goes into it, and it's all fun. It's awesome to be able to give these players this experience.
What are you hearing from the players?
There's excitement. Obviously, a lot of our players haven't been in this situation, so there's some excitement. There's probably a little bit of nerves, but that's to be expected. If you're not nervous, then must not be too excited about the game. So it's all good things here.
Good. Are they taking in any of the Pat Canadians games?
I probably not tonight, as it's in Moose Jaw, but I'm sure all the boys will be there on Wednesday cheering on Maddox and Liam and the rest of their group.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that there's a lot of buzz in that locker room right now. Now, how about Max Paddock coming in as the underdog? Does that change anything for the team? Or is that just a bunch of media noise?
I think that's just a bunch of media noise. Obviously, we know where we are in the standings, or where we were in the standings, and where Medicine Hat was in the standings. And players see it. They're not blind to it. They see the media stuff that goes on and stuff that's said. But I think it just adds fuel to the fire. Just gives us another thing to kind of prove everyone wrong. And like I said before, we got nothing to lose. Everyone kind of expects Medicine Hat to win, but we expect us to win. And that's all that really matters, is the 20 guys in the room that are playing, and the coaching staff and everyone around us in the organization that expects us to win. And that's all that we really care about.
That's a good mentality and good approach to have. I got to admit, too, Max, when I was at the rink Friday night, that felt like a playoff atmosphere. Was there a response in the locker room after hearing that massively loud crowd? Did that really light that fire underneath the bellies of these players? Yeah,
it's funny because even when I was playing, you could tell when there was going to be a good crowd and when there was, maybe going to be not so many people in the rink. And it's again, great experience for the players to be able to play in front of that many fans and hear that support. And it was really, really good to see that in the rink, going upstairs into my booth and seeing that it was close to a sellout crowd. And I know as a player, there's nothing you want more than to play in front of as many people as possible.
Yeah, that was absolutely electric. So for anybody who's maybe sitting on the fence thinking, maybe I will go to games 3 and 4, maybe I won't, what would you say to encourage them to come down?
Well, I think it's going to be good action. Their Medicine Hat's a high-flying team, and we've been playing really well here down the stretch. So it's a good chance to see some good young players and kind of see what we've been putting together here in the last couple months.
Well, yeah, it's definitely worth the price of admission, for sure. So games 3 and 4 will be taking place at the Brandt Center between the Regina Pats and, of course, the Medicine Hat Tigers. So I guess lastly, just best of luck, safe travels, and we look forward to seeing you guys back on home ice next week.
Yeah, thanks, Deegan. Looking forward to it.